Hey everyone, welcome back. Is Jojo with
and Shruti.
um let's do it. Thagyan.
Yes, ready.
BTS. Cannot wait. There's nothing to say. We just like get straight into it.
Yes.
Okay. One is your heart okay?
My heart is always okay while listening to Coke Studio.
I mean,
Yes,
after listening
my
to
duk-duk and
Thagya,
heart.
you were the duk was happening.
Oh, yeah. It was
You've
more
been
like
looping
a
it.
heart chakra. Yes, heart chakra like expanding and just being fully in love and feeling the love. It was complete.
Loop this song as well. Let's get into this BTS. Chalo.
Let's do. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, play.
Coke Studio, Season 14.
मेरा नाम जुहेब है और ये मेरे भाई हैं बड़े जैन और हम कोक स्टूडियो पहली दफ़ा कर रहे हैं और हमारा एक ओरिजिनल सॉन्ग है ठगियाँ के नाम से।
टैम्बर उसका इस तरह का हो कि वो अगर किसी बड़े स्पीकर में किसी गाड़ी में या किसी जेन ज़ी सिचुएशन में बजे तो वो इट्स सैटिस्फाइंग एट द सेम टाइम इफ समबडी दैट लिसन्स टू कव्वाली उन्हें भी मजा आए। सो इट्स नॉट लाइक एन एंटायर डिपार्चर फ्रॉम व्हाट कोक स्टूडियो इज। गिव इट सम I am Action Zen. I'm an associate producer collaborator this year with Coke Studio.
ये बड़ा फिट है ज़ैन, ये बड़ा फिट है ये। एक्शन ज़ैन, उसने मुझे एक क्लिप बना के भेजी, कहते कि जुल्फी आई डोंट नो इफ इट्स इन द राइट डायरेक्शन बट मुझे मज़ा आ रहा है। द मोमेंट आई प्लेड इट आई वाज सो हैप्पी कि मैं वहाँ नाचना शुरू हो गया सड़क पे।
Yeah, it's a cool track. I love the groove. It's soul / hip hop.
So good.
Just feel it and you'll go crazy with it.
ये ग्रुप यार तुमसे बातें कर सकता है और क्या? वालेकुम अस्सलाम।
यार अपने शहरी
अगर इसको ओवरऑल देखा जाए तो ये कव्वाली नहीं है, लेकिन अगर अदायगी गाने का स्टाइल वो देखा जाए तो फिर ये कव्वाली है।
जो हम यहाँ परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं वो एक फ्यूजन है।
शरारत है इसमें, तुम सब भी शरारती हो मुझे पता है। तो ये उसी फील में है, रोमांटिक लव में। तो अभी हैज़ कॉन्वर्सेशन टाइप। कॉन्वर्सेशन क्या है कि एक तरफ आप लोग हो, बल्कि नहीं, एक तरफ ये दोनों हैं, सही है। तुम असल में रेलू कटे हो सारे।
I converted it to a song. I was like, let's get rid of the Qawwali business, let's turn it into a song. That's how it is for most of the part. End में crescendo है जहाँ पे Qawwali, because obviously you can't, that thing is iconic.
दुनिया तो आग गई है, तेरे लड़ लग गए। ये मेरा कोई ऐसा सीन नहीं है, मेरे भाई ने मुझे दी।
सानू चन माया तेरी ठगियां ने मारिया, सानू चन माया तेरी ठगियां ने मारिया, सानू चन माया तेरी ठगियां ने मारिया।
The moment I heard the song, actually, I was overtaken by Zayn and Zohaib. I was like, oh my God, these guys are phenomenal. And obviously, to do like a romantic qawwali has never been done before. So it was, again, refreshing.
पहले इस तरह करने का दिल भी करता है इसमें, फुल मॉडर्न टाइप, फिर इसमें ये करने का दिल। इसी कमरे में ज़ैन ज़ोहेब को मैंने एक टास्क दिया था कि भाई एक ऐसा नैरेटिव लेकर आओ, ऐसा गाना बना के लेके जो सबका हो। अब इस गाने में ना आगे कहीं ये ठगियां का वर्ड यूज़ करते थे, तो मुर्तज़ा ने कहा यार ये सानू चंद माया तेरी ठगियां ने मारिया क्यों नहीं हो सकता। It's more fun now, it's more relatable now, and it's more unique now. And suddenly, just with the word change, it's more danceable.
It actually forces me to dance every time. और कोरस जब आता है तो मुझे डांस करना पड़ता है, and I'm exhausted.
कवाली करके पसीना ही कमाल है आप इसमें।
I think Zulfi had already visualized it. That's why when he brought it to me and he asked me, what do you think? I was like, oh, I love it. I love the groove. I love the rawness and the rustiness of Zayn and Zohaib.
You know, it just became more exciting, interesting, and you know, airworm ban gaya. Thagyan hai kya? Because you know, in this season, every song is a campaign.
This is obviously something very different, and I'm glad that I'm part of it
Yes.
in some capacity. करें जरा एक
अरे वही PhD in Thagyan.
Guy.
ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਜਾਵੇਂ ਵੇ ਤੂੰ ਮੁੜ ਕੇ ਤੂੰ ਆਉਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਵੱਲ ਮਾਇਆ ਵੇ ਤੂੰ ਫੇਰਾ ਤੂੰ ਤੇ ਪਾਉਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ
Very nice,
Start
buddy. Very
with
nice.
her. Oh.
मजे ही आ गए सर, क्या बात।
बहुत मजा आया और मैं चाहता हूँ ये गाना कभी खत्म ही ना हो।
ठगियां गा गा के हमें भूख लगियां और हम भूख लगियां ने मारे।
You're not ready.
Purple.
Wow. Wallpaper floor ko chढ़ा
I'm
दिया।
exploring a
Wow.
lot about myself as I am, moving forward. You can tell that by the amount of makeup that I'm wearing. Since I'm gonna wear those,
बहुत ये एक्चुअली ना है गैब्रिएला हर्स्ट ने दूसरी क्या नाम है शिया परेन सो वी मेड दीज रियली नाइस रिंग्स फॉर हर fingertips. This is what we got made. We are deciding that whether we should give something in her neck or not because we don't want it to make sound and disturb the recording.
what color should we go for?
Yes.
And I've never done
Very
glitter
excited
before.
about. You wanted to shine like a glow in the dark.
It was the best thing we could have done for that shoot. We still had this Eastern Qawwali vibe going on, but it was very new age. So I think we stayed true to the production. Our lighting, we went very kind of colorful, very neo-noir.
It's different from a few seasons that I've been part of. It's an interesting concept, what Zulfi is introducing this season. It's going to be a fresh breath of fresh air, I guess.
Thank you so much. Very good to go.
No. Yes and no.
Tell me a fun fact about the song.
Yeah, there are many. There's a horn section here.
I
That's
know,
been
I
sourced from
freaking-
a bunch of different places, and they belong to a completely different world altogether. And they're here, and they're playing with us.
ये बाजे वाले भी आ गए ने शादी का माहौल है जी
अभी तो he's decent right now. He's wearing a blazer. वरना तो ये अक्सर कमीज में भी नहीं पाए जाते drums बजाते.
I have the best team. I think as teammates, I think we are just killing it. Yeah.
कोलैबोरेशन में जब दोस्ती भी होती है ना, तो फिर आप चीज़ें जो करना शुरू हो जाते हो वो बिल्कुल दिल से होती हैं, फिर आप फोर्स नहीं कर रहे होते किसी चीज़ को। एंजॉय भी ज्यादा करेगा, तो देखें तो खुल जाएगा। लेकिन असलियत ला, कुछ और नहीं चाहिए मुझे, एक्टिंग नहीं चाहिए तेरी, असली चाहिए मुझे। कर अब शाबाश।
Feel it. Oh, so cute.
वो यही है। लेकिन जहाँ वो जरा शरारती हो रहा है ना वोकल, वहाँ थोड़ा सा अपफ्रंट, ज्यादा नहीं कह रहा, एक्सप्रेशन ये परफेक्ट है, जस्ट प्रॉब्ली 5%।
You kind of test your own boundaries as well, like your own limits as well, and how much further you can go. It's been a learning process for me as well. Like I've learned a lot about my own music.
इतने खुश तो कभी नहीं हुए किसी पैकअप में।
Since I started my career from Coke Studio, it feels like home. It feels like part of the family.
अभी पैकअप हुआ है और हम उस पैकअप का एंजॉय कर रहे हैं।
Howdy! Oh man, first things first, Zayn Zohaib, I think, are from Hederium. Yeah, I remembered. I was like, we've definitely heard them before.
Yes.
That was where, from Nescafe Basement. Of course, Zulfi had to bring them. They are just, oh my God. Okay, there's a lot to talk about because as it was going on, I was like, okay, we missed this, the horn section, the whole, like, everything. Okay, you go. You
Really?
start.
I'm feeling opposite. I'm like, there's nothing that needs to be spoken only. It was just so perfect and beautiful that I just can't. Like, you know, the more I was looking at it, and it's like, you know, you can see the amount of effort that's gone behind the scenes.
Yeah.
वो एक moment when वो बैठ के massage दे रहे थे ना, that summed it up. I was like, यही होता है. क्योंकि long
Yeah.
shoots and long, you know, whatever. It's inevitably you'll always see कि
Yeah.
थक जाते हैं हर लोग. There's
Yeah.
a lot of energy that goes into that creation, and it is not just upari
The
energy,
final
it's
product we
literal
see and
physical body energy.
Draining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is just, वो बोल रहे थे ना हम गागा के ठगिया खा के थक गए, हमें खाना चाहिए. That was also so funny. It's just overall, it was beautiful. Like,
Also, like right from the starting, when it's you know, the this one Action Zen was talking about how he put this groove together and how he put this thing together. That's exactly what like came across immediately when the song started and we discussed in the reaction key. The arrangement was so unique that it was dazzling my ears. It was so freaking good. You hear just that
Fusion
bit
was perfect.
and you and like even QB, she's like, I heard it and I was like, yes, you know, let's do this. And also like she said that she started her career with Coke. So it wouldn't have felt complete if QB hadn't been in the season, just for me personally, not anyone else. I'm speaking for myself because she's always been my favorite female vocalist on the show.
Right.
And what was the other thing I wanted to talk about? So I
was
I immediately
surprised.
remembered. What?
Continue. I'll tell after.
I remembered, okay, Zayn Zohaib are the brothers and they together have, you know, the narrative and the song. And then I was like, they've definitely seen them before. And then Hederium came to my mind. And then I was like, okay, yeah, Zulfi and his association with them goes back a long way. And of course, Hederium we reacted to, and you guys can see that on the channel. And they are just in a, like, I don't know how Zulfi finds people, but you know, the whole, anyway, not
I was just
surprised.
completely surprised. Oh,
go on.
complete.
No, please. There's a lag, so go on.
Okay, so I was completely surprised that they said this was not a Qawwali. You know, it was so wonderful to get that little tidbit of technical musical knowledge because they were talking about how it was not meant to be and it isn't. Of course, the base is, and how they identified it to be a Qawwali, while maintaining that it isn't, like, while sticking to it being a song, but what are the elements, what are the breaks that come in the middle which make it into a qawwali? That was very interesting for me, because usually no one talks about the technical sides of it, which is why this whole BTS thing, it kind of helps you get into the musician psyche of what was going on. Even when they were playfully playing ke, haan tu niche bata raha hai, upar dekh ke baja, and he couldn't, because probably that wasn't his instrument. How they were playing around with each other. So it's not so hard and fast thing that, that aap matlab, जो पीछे का माहौल है वो इतना खुला हुआ और इतना खुश है that you want to look at it, and that's why it's so much fun to be a part of it, even as an audience. And that was beautiful to watch. And Sherry Khattak, saw him after a few पिछले कुछ में he's not been around, so suddenly seeing him back in the whole back zone, I was like, there are so many people, everyone is so good at what they do that Action Zen talking about how he kind of was thinking about it, how he kind of was bringing it together. The process is mind-blowing, and I think everybody at Coke Studio has cracked it with this particular season, under the Chhatra Chaya of Zulfi. I think the whole thing is just like happened to another level. Wow.
Yeah, but like you were saying, the whole, like, it was meant to be a shararat wala gana, and then it turned into its own sort of living, breathing organism. It all started from that music piece, and then this narrative coming in with the lyrics, and then their voices, which is qawwali, and then going into the the arrangement being treated as a non-qawwali track, and then going into that at the the crescendo. Like, it's like you can't, when you have voices like these, how can you not go there? You must go there. That whole, like, the evolution of the work as it happens when you learn about it is so interesting. And when even in this BTS, when she did that line, like, just the way she sang it, and I think I kind of lost it right there, but that's what I mean. Like, and it immediately took me back to when I first heard her, which was Baliye Longa Vacha, right? That was my first introduction to QB, and the way she sang the Longa Vacha part in that song, and the we reacted to it together, and just that little chart that she does with her voice, and that teasing, and that shararat, and that mischievous tone that she adds to it, it immediately took me to that, because I was like, she's the queen of this, man. And because the way she sang these two lines in the BTS right here, I was like, oh, so good. Just like absolute perfection when it comes to that. Evoking that thought or emotion. Anyway, so that's that. Freaking loved seeing how she felt like her growth as an artist is happening on this track. Not only in terms of the outer thing, like the hair and makeup and stuff she's never done before in terms of her presentation, but also
glitter.
Yeah, because like I said, it was such a different QB even on the vocals in the song. I think I mentioned that in the reaction now. I expect something when QB's name is on a track, and this was completely in a different zone, and it was still so good. Like it wasn't like any less than her usual thing that she does. So man, like this is the beauty of it. Everybody is feeling like they're growing so much, personally and professionally. You can tell from their faces, all of them, whether it's I don't know, Action Zen or Sherry, the costume people, and what they're coming up with.
When she said that we have to make sure that we're giving her something, soch rahe hain gale mein de ya nahi de, because it'll mess with the music thing. Now, it makes such a huge thing, right? Because they're performing it right there. If they were just recording the video, it wouldn't matter, because then you can wear as much jewelry and you don't have to put any thought behind how you're dressing up the artist, because it's just a music video that's being shot. But over here, you have to be mindful of every bangle that you give, or any piece of neck thing, or anything that can make sound. Because if that messes with the main presentation of what you're putting together, everything else goes for a toss. And I know that can be like for them to think so in cued with the whole thing, it's very like right down to, I'm sure बालों में भी अगर कुछ लगाना होता वो पहले 10 बार सोचते होंगे कि इसकी आवाज होगी कि नहीं, इनकी मूवमेंट क्या है, पूरा रेडी होने के बाद how they're going to mano the entry, what is their basic style of singing, because few people wave around a lot and sing. Few people stay very stable and sing. So how each artist's individual style of performance makes such a huge difference on the kind of jewelry and clothes that you can put on them or not, according to, this format. It's the in-depth presentation of everything.
Yeah,
just
we've
like,
seen that from the Kanayari. In the Kanayari BTS only, when the guy was like, Can you hear my steps during the recording?
Yeah.
Like people are even scared to like walk on set and do their work because they have to be so careful about that. I think throughout this season, everyone on the crew has probably been extremely mindful of that. There cannot be anything that makes a sound, and it's so now ingrained in all of them that it's just coming across. So, but I really liked her
Also
avatar
set.
and the look that they know. But her look, firstly, it was so like I would say boho chic / gypsy, like
100%.
very gypsy.
Yes.
And everything
Yeah.
from even the things they put on her fingers and the jewelry and the
And her
makeup, the
skirt,
hair, the
that
thing,
skirt thing which
the
she was
skirt,
wearing.
the clothes, the
Yeah.
attire, everything about it, top to bottom, was so gypsy, like a traveling, you know, those traveling. Normally, you don't see solo like women. Folk singers who are traveling the land and singing like wherever they go, you know, like what are they called? And she was, I don't know if this was intentional or not, but they gave her that look, and I'm sure it was for a reason. Like there is this person who is probably lost in thoughts of her love and is just traveling the world singing out these thoughts out loud. I don't know, that's the vibe I'm taking away, because it just gave me such a gypsy on the move feel. And it
Gypsies
was
usually always travel in packs, like always. Like
they
they're
do,
like,
but
I
I'm
know what
talking
you
about
mean.
that
That's lovely.
solo singer. They're usually male and they go, you know, they travel around singing songs. Kya bolte hain unhe? But anyway, which is again unique because they're giving that look to a woman, and that's awesome. I love it. And it was strikingly in contrast to the singers who are sitting there and are stationary, and then there's this singer who comes in and who's like someone who looks like she's on the move and is a traveler and a wanderer. So that was really
And
nice.
right there, a fusion happens. How lovely.
Yeah. I mean, that's my takeaway. But it was
that's a beautiful takeaway. It's a lovely representational thing to think about, and it also kind of merges the whole fusion element really nicely.
Yeah.
And normally जैसे कवाली में always the focus is always on sitting. हमेशा वो होता है ना कि आप बैठ के कवाली गाते हो, and everything is like, you know, so the focus, because of that, what they gave to the set का usually, I mean, these set people, I must say, like कोई कोना नहीं छोड़ते, nothing they leave which they like, you know, bring alive with the whole feel of whatever the song is. Here, the way they had put that whole like कालीन की तरह दिख रहा था, लेकिन था नहीं. It was like a, you know, like a wallpaper, like a big print wallpaper, which it covered every inch of the floor. The whole entire, that was just beautiful to watch.
Stunning.
It's like, it's like the set direction happened more from the floor because the focus will be the floor. And all that's why the moves, the camera angles, and everything was happening, you know, with that in motion. It just filled the entire video space beautifully.
Yeah.
And it was a very different take from so far what they've done as well.
Very nicely done, very like nicely noticed. What else? The horn section. I was when the song was going on in the reaction, I wanted to talk about that whole bit because they were fabulous. And I was like, I don't think we've seen such a big section. We've seen like one or two instrumentalists there in other tracks, but this was like a whole section was happening, and it was, I don't know how they do this, man. I don't know how they think of these, like fusing these instruments into tracks like this and then creating this masterpiece. Anyway, I think we started where you were like, we could bole ko hai hi, it's all there, but Asi has so much is there to talk about in each one of these BTSs and creations. Okay, I think the season is about to end. There's 2 more tracks left. One is already out. Go. Yes, we know. It dropped. We'll get to it very soon. And then I'm sad because the season will end. What the hell?
Yeah.
That sadness is starting to set in. But before I go into that mood, we'll take your leave. We'll see you in the Go Wala reaction very soon. Chalo, take care of yourselves and live long and prosper.